Blessed love, happy Monday, Dharma Shakti here with your Monday message. If this is your first time watching my videos, I am a spiritualist, a yoga teacher, and a mother of two. So I'd love to dive into our quote for today, which is a classic, an oldie but a goodie. I just thought I'd throw it back in the rotation. I don't know if I've done one on this quote before, but I know I've definitely said this one many times to myself and in my classes. So Jim Rohn says, we either have excuses or we have results. We either have excuses or we have results. I was talking with a friend today who was asking about helping somebody in need, and we were discussing how committed we are to our stories sometimes, right? Why is it that we want to change? We want change in our life, but yet we don't have results. Well, it's most often because we're committed to our stories, and we use our stories as excuses to not make change, right? We are either committed to our stories, which means we're committed to our excuses, or we are committed to change and we are committed to results. Now, this doesn't mean that we don't acknowledge the past and have acceptance for the past and learn from our past and grieve whatever we're going through or process whatever we're processing, right? But we can't stay stuck in the story. If you find yourself pointing the finger outward, blaming everything around you for why your life is the way it is. And I'm not saying that, the world around you has nothing to do with it. It's just we lose our power, our sense of empowerment to make change in our lives when we point the finger outward all the time and we continue to run that story in our mind. We're super committed to the story. Can you believe they did this to me? Oh my God, I'm stuck here because they did this to me. Right? And yes, they may have done something to you. That may be true. It may be valid. But are you committed so much to that story that you are not putting any time and energy into being committed to results and to change in your life? So I want you to just take a moment and ask yourself today, how committed to my stories am I? Have I been running a story? Right? I've done this. I'm sure I'm still doing this here, reasons why I may be delaying putting projects out or delaying creating new projects because I am committed to my stories about why it'll be too hard or too much work or it won't be good enough. I'm committed to the story. So I'm gonna be left with nothing but excuses and no results. So just check in, have you been committed to the stories in your head that are then becoming excuses for why you're not moving forward in your life? Okay, so we either have excuses or we have results. It really is our choice, right? Are we being honest enough with ourselves, right, to really check in and go, am I making this story perpetually going so that I can just, there's a payoff for being committed to our stories. And we have to ask ourselves, what is the payoff for being committed to our stories? And I know a lot of people would say, why would there be a payoff to staying committed to my story and not having change and results in my life? I want change in my life. Well, the payoff sometimes is we don't actually have to face things or actually go through the hard work or have the hard conversations or whatever it is. We sort of sidestep that process by staying committed to our stories about why it's too hard. So the payoff is that we don't have to do the hard work by continuously telling ourselves and buying into these stories, right? We're running the racket on ourselves with these stories that we are committed to, that are keeping us stuck in excuses. Now, I'm not saying that your stories aren't real or valid and that they don't deserve attention and time and healing. That's not what I'm saying at all. We all have to heal and we all have to process and we all have to go through the growing pains. It's a natural part of the journey towards empowerment, the journey towards self-realization, right? We shed layers, we peel away the layers, and that means that things aren't always fun. I totally get it. But are we committed so much to our story about how it isn't fun and how everyone else is doing it to us, and therefore our life is the way that it is? Or are we willing to say, what can I bring to this situation? What can I bring to this moment? What lesson can I learn from this as I move forward and onward in my life, as I'm committed to results? And this isn't just, about being ambitious. It can be about, exercise routines. It can be food routines. Like, a lot of people say they're too busy, they don't have time, it's too much effort. So they are committed to the story, and so they end up with just excuses. You either have excuses or you have results. So I just wanted to share this really profound, short, very memorable quote so that you could reflect today and this week. And just for this week, can you be committed to results? And can you notice when you are committed to your excuses? Notice when you're in excuse mode. Notice it and ask yourself, is that really true? Is it really true? Do you really not have enough time in the day? We all have the same amount of time in the day. It's just how we manage our time, right? So I hope that this is landing well for you, and it's awakening something within you, stirring something within you to just have a broader perspective of how you're showing up, because living an empowered life is living an intentional life, right? And being aware of how we are showing up each and every day. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this Monday message. It's so great to sit and share with you. I miss you all so much. I hope you're doing well and staying safe out there. And drop me a comment below if you got something to say about this video. All my love from my heart to yours. Peace and blessings, my friends. Namaste.